Okay. Oh well. Yeah. It's not doing it. Okay. Well. Anyways. Okay. Anyways. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Y'all forgive me. I was having some difficulties trying to get Instagram to come on, but y'all already know we're gonna get into it. Once again, it's your girl Amelia, Queen Amelia that is, and I'm back. I'm back with another Bless the Author. So tonight we got our anniversary edition. Wait, are they now? And we have the second half of the ladies and the gentlemen that was on, like, y'all know I was all over the place. I ain't know what I was doing, but it's okay because I'm getting it together. So y'all sit back and relax and enjoy because tonight it is going to be a treat. All right, y'all. We are going to get started with our first guest on this Bless the Author Anniversary Edition. Wait, are they now? She is not a bush. She is not a stranger here. You know, none of them are a stranger here, but I'm going to bring her in here and let her introduce herself. Hello.
Hello. Hello again.
Hello again. Introduce yourself to the people one more again.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Simone LaJoy Cohen. My artist name is Simone LaJoy. I'm happy to be here. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. And I was on the Bless the Author episode maybe about a year ago. And I kind of got to cheat because I'm actually a musician, but I created along with my brother-in-law that assisted me a lyric interactive book. So it's just a really big interview describing the songs and just the downloads I got from God in regards to songs. So that is my intro, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me, Amelia.
Yes, you know you are always welcome here at Bless the Author. So we're gonna jump right in this thing, and I want to know, like, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I just made a pretty big move from Illinois to Missouri. I lived in Southern Illinois all my life. So I'm 26 years old, so I lived there all my life. And I just packed up. It took a little minute. I asked God for a couple confirmations. So I packed up and moved to St. Louis, where I am pursuing real estate and joined a new church and helping minister there, helping my family, nannying, um, uh, still working on music. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, so you moved away from your mom?
Yes, we're 2 hours away.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that bad. That's not
No,
that
it's
bad.
not bad at all. I see her
Yeah.
almost weekly because her mom is here and like
Okay.
all her five kids are here. So it's either I'm down there doing work or she's up here doing work. I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you get this year all the time, so that's
Yep.
good. So I know I asked you how you were doing, but one thing I learned is you can be doing okay, or you can think you doing okay, but you can be really not feeling, the best, or
Sure.
you know what I'm saying. So how are you feeling?
How am I feeling? You know what's crazy? Before I answer that, when you said how you doing, I felt, I'm like, that was a real how you doing. That wasn't no just casual conversation. She really want to know. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
let her know. How am I
yeah.
feeling? I'm feeling um I'm feeling good in a holistic view. The
Mhm,
move, like I said, it was a culture shock, along with, just a lot of adjustments, living by myself, moving in with my sister and her family, just, temporarily. And really nice house, big house is just, it's a lot of adjustments, like, so, but as far as like, how I'm feeling, yeah, like I said, in a holistic view, I'm good. You know, I do feel, I'll be transparent, at my old
mhm,
church, I was very, very active.
mhm,
And I was very needed too. It was like I was so, doing ministry here at my current church. I do feel, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel a little how should I say this? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Maybe a little, I don't know, either delayed or like ineffective, if that makes sense. Just because it's a beautiful, super nice church, very, very genuine people,
Uh-huh.
very, very community based, very loving, very trustworthy. Um, it's just, I think that the congregation is almost double my church, so
Wow.
it's not,
Yeah.
a ton of room for me to serve, but um I don't know. It's just, so I'm just, I guess you can say that church has been the forefront of my life for my whole life.
Mhm,
So the fact that it's, obviously I go every week, but the fact that it's not that I'm not as active as I
mhm,
want to be, or not as effective
mhm,
as I want to be, it does have me feeling just, just a little, I guess you can say, down, or but like I said, in a holistic view, God is good. um I'm good. I just started with my nieces here, cause St. Louis is it's a pretty fairly big city, so I just started, evangelizing at different festivals and events. So that's been a really very, very refreshing, cause I used to do that back home at college campuses. So I just want to be effective for the kingdom, along with my music and ministry. So yeah, that's, you asked, so I gave it to you. I hope
yeah.
I answered it. I'm
And
kind of
yes,
long winded. I'm sorry.
you fine. You're fine. And listen, we're here for it. This is what we're here for you to get it out. And when you said the way I said how you doing, like I genuinely want to know like
Yeah,
how
it's
are you
true. Yeah,
doing? Like I
felt that.
genuinely want to know like how are you feeling at this,
Yeah.
at this time. So yeah, your episode was actually the first episode in our second season. So you was like the first episode in that season.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so what have you accomplished, since you've been on the show?
Yeah. So I actually, since I've been on this, after the show, post the show, I actually came out with another musical project. My
Mhm,
first one was an EP, which was the lyric interactive book.
mhm,
Was is the book based off the EP,
mhm,
and then now I have an album that I dropped. I think it was January 30th or something,
mhm,
somewhere around that time, or it might have been late December. I don't even remember. But yeah, it's called Agape Love. Again, it's just all my projects here for, going out. Um, excuse me, is going to be just about just the different genres, just the different manifestations of God in regards to music, all collided together. Uh, um, my prayer and my desire as a young girl was for, in my words, as a young child, oh, the black and white church to come together. And because I grew up kind of in both, and then also we have this new genre called CHH, Christian hip hop, Christian rap. So all that to combine together, it all touches the Lord's heart. It's all praise, it's all worship. So yeah, that's what I just um that is what I have after the first episode. I don't have a interactive book with my current album, with my newest album, I should say. But I still have, my lyric interactive book with Asylum EP.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, we just wanted to bring you back on here at Bless the Author and see what you had going on now. We're not going to hold you any longer. We're going to let you go. We know you have other things that you have to get into and you have to do, and we don't want to hold you from that. But we want to thank you once again for coming on. For taking time out your night to come on, your day to come
Absolutely.
on
My honor.
and talk
Yes.
to us and let us know what you have going on. So before you go, I'll just let you give the people some words, or if you have anything you want to say about Bless the Author, being that this is the anniversary of Bless the Author, I'll give you the floor and let you
Mhm.
say what you gotta say.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually gonna ask if I could just, um, if I could. Can you hear me? I think. Oh,
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You kind of went out. I didn't know if you said it.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just gonna ask, just let you know. I just really felt this strong desire to just let you know to keep going. This is God ordained. This is what the kingdom looks like. There's different avenues. There's different channels of God in what He wants to do. There's like the Bible says. There's different administrations of the Spirit, different manifestations, different diversities, but the same Spirit that worketh in all. So definitely keep going, Amelia. This is training ground. The Lord is getting ready to increase, increase, increase. I honor your diligence, your heart for the Lord, your heart for community. This vision that you have is definitely from God, and the Bible says that he that began a good work is faithful to complete it. So it's getting ready to explode. I'm happy to be a part of the birthing of this. It's really amazing. All I'm gonna say is what I see in the spirit. I'm gonna say it. Don't forget me. Do not forget me, because Amelia, what? Stop playing. You finna be having Kirk Franklin on here. Listen. So I'm excited what the Lord is doing. Just it's really honestly, I mean, I don't want to be long winded, but
You
it
fine.
really speaks to me. Your diligence, your ingenuity, your persistence for this Bless the Author. It speaks to me. I'm like, dang, I need to apply this to some areas of my life, some areas of my life that I kind of either, swept under the rug or haven't really ignited because I feel like it, you know, there was no need, or whatever the big reason may be. This honestly, all jokes aside, I'm not saying this just to say it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, I'm definitely gonna apply this to my
You
ministry.
you are more than welcome, and I thank you for the words, and I received every word that you say. Sometimes you can go and you can go and you can go and you can feel so unappreciated.
Sure, okay.
But you keep going because you know that
Mm,
God is there and you know that He
yeah.
has you and that everything you're doing, you know that you're doing for His glory. So you
Come
continue
on.
to go, and sometimes just to hear somebody say that, what
Absolutely.
you doing, I see what you're doing and
Oh
what you're
yeah.
doing is having an impact on me to make me
Yes.
go forth,
Yes.
which makes me want to go forth even the
100%.
more. Yeah.
Yes.
So I thank you. I thank you for your words. I really do.
Yes, absolutely. And also, everybody that's here, you can stream my music on all platforms.
Yes,
It's
yes, yes.
all you just do is look up Simone LaJoy, Simone LaJoy, LAJOY, and no matter what genre you like, I promise you, I'm gonna have it on the EP. If you like all, you're gonna be blessed. So, thank you so much.
You are welcome and you enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, you as well.
All right. All right, all right, all right, y'all. We're gonna move right on to the next author, and we're gonna bring her on and let her introduce herself. Lovely.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Amelia?
I am doing wonderful. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, for those that may not know me, my name is Miracle Sim. Good
Yes.
old God, sex and love, girl. Where shall
Yes.
we begin?
What? Listen. Okay, okay. We already got out of the way how you're doing. I know you heard me tell Simone that we can be doing good and we think that hey, everything is okay. Listen, because let me say this. um when I first started Queens with Ambition, and Prophet Shalonda, she's on here and she can contest to this. Like, I began to talk and I shut down. Like, I shut down and I was like, you know what, it's okay. We went on with the show. We went on with the program as usual. And I was like, you know what, it's okay. I'm just gonna keep on going, moving on. And then something else happened to me, like my car wouldn't start or something, and I just like totally broke down. Going saying that I'm okay, but I really was not okay. So that's why
Mhm.
I always ask, like, okay, you say you okay, but how you feeling?
Mm, mhm, mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, girl, listen. I was trying to calculate how long it been since I've been on here because I was like, there's a lot that's been going on. But I
I'm
definitely,
pretty sure.
yeah. Look, I guess I feel led to just talk about last year and this year, if that makes any sense. Basically, long story short, for those that don't follow me on my platform X, Y, and Z, um, I called last year Abundance 2023, and there were just so many just blessings after blessings after blessings, great things going on, right? All up until Christmas Eve. And that's when I felt the shift happen. First, it started. You spoke of
Mhm.
cars. It started with me getting in a hit and run. I was on my way to church. I
Oh,
don't know how long it's been since I talked to you. I can't remember now. If I was working at the church when we talked before, but now I work at the church that I go to, and I'm an elementary coordinator there, working with the kids and whatnot. And so I'm on my way to church on Christmas Eve and got in a hit and run. The person just kept on going. Like, I don't know what's going on or what they had going on, but all I know is I was in my lane going one way and they was
uh-huh.
headed like straight towards me. And if I didn't do this, it would have been a head-on collision, like because they never did. They never swerved on their end,
Oh my
and so
goodness.
and they kept on going. Um,
What?
so that was crazy because I mean I was fine. The only thing my car, um, like the head, I mean not the headlight, the mirror on the driver's end
Uh,
that kind of broken. There was like a little bit of damage on the side, but I was fine. But I was thinking about that because usually my son is with me on Sunday mornings. But he was with me
mm,
now, my mother-in-law at the time. And
mm.
so I looked back in my car and I noticed that his seat, was up. And I was just looking like, man, like this is a crazy thing. But anyway, so after that, there was just so much stuff going on. Like Christmas felt weird, the New Year it started kind of crazy, and it's just one of my cousins passed. Like right after we tried to go on the trip, it's so much happened with
Oh
her. Anyway,
no.
yeah, so it was a lot going on, and at some point, starting the new year, I didn't have like I said, 2023 was abundance. 2023, I came in that way strong.
Uh-huh.
2024, I didn't have no positive affirmation type thing. I want to say until day 3, I was kind of going through the motions of doing the juice, doing the daily inspiration and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Um, until like day 3 is when I felt like, oh, what was that confirmation? Then it was like a new thing, and I was like, okay, well, new thing, 2024, X, Y, and Z. Well, lo and behold, long story short, one of the new things for me this year is therapy. I started therapy, provided through the church and whatnot, and that has been a great addition. I would say just to have like unbiased opinions, somebody that doesn't, know me, because I have mentors and I have friends and people that I've been able to talk to, confidants and whatnot over the years, but I never like had a professional session.
Mm-hmm.
So I started doing that this year, and it's been I feel like a great thing, new thing in my life. Um, Going there and doing that just really been like thinking a lot about purpose this year as well. Like, I was able to speak at a conference. It was a Pain to Purpose conference. And they wanted me to come talk about relationships and stuff like that. But it was just so interesting because it was months after I was going through a lot of mental stuff, like a lot of like mental battles. Like again, I feel like there's so many things to talk about, but
Right.
one of the things is that me and my husband just celebrated 8 years of marriage just a few days ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest with y'all, earlier this year, I was questioning all the stuff. I'm over here like, why this man, Lord, and why this here, and why that? Because I think if it could have been like this right here or that right there, things would have made more sense. So
Yeah.
again, a lot of, I would say this year, it just felt like attack on marriage, attack on my motherhood, attack on like everything. It was back to back to back, and I was asking all the questions. Um, but in that process of seeking the Lord, I started to see the purpose of my pain. Right, I started to see like, yeah, I feel like God was answering my questions. Like, well, Lord, why this man? And He started to show me why. Alongside of like, look at what you're doing, look at where you live, all these different type of stuff, and it gave me clarity, right? It gave me understanding and more peace. So yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot, and I ain't even told you about book stuff, but I mean, I'm
Don't
always
go
gonna
there.
be,
We're gonna get into that. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Don't go
you
there.
know. But I just feel like it's important to talk because, like you said, I mean, we can be going through the motions and not addressing, what's going on inside, and then we get caught up in that moment where we are in the pain, and then like if I had to stay in my feelings, right, and if I had to like, not sought God and didn't have the therapy and different things like that, would I have 8 years of marriage today? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of
Mhm.
questions that probably would look a lot different if I didn't have God in my life and if Jesus wasn't, leading and guiding every aspect. And so I'm just thankful, man. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for everything that is currently going and flowing in my life. GSL is still going and flowing. Um, you still get daily content, daily inspiration. I've been
Mhm.
kind of just doing it as the Lord leads. I don't do it exactly at 6 anymore, but that's been a blessing still. The weekly talk show still comes out. At this point, I recorded so many episodes that if I stop today, it still probably would air a few more months. So to God be
Oh.
glory for that, that people still want to come and talk and share their testimonies. And look, we still waiting for you, Miss Amelia. Uh,
And listen, I thought we was
but
ready
I
to
mean,
go.
but yeah, like I'm trying to give you the updates while giving you like real time stuff. But
Uh-huh.
I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful. There's a lot of stuff going on. My son just started kindergarten and I'm being his learning coach. Like we're doing a public school, but virtually. So this is a new thing. Like I said, new thing. But that's been a blessing as well because there's been so many things that I've been able to incorporate with working with him at home that I know they wouldn't do at school. Like we start off his day with affirmations, and he he's pretty much like memorized. It's like Bible verses that are the affirmations. I am,
Mhm.
just different Bible verses, whatnot. And
Mhm.
he's memorized them now. Like I started off, I would say it and he would repeat after me. Now he's like, I can do all things through Christ. I said, okay,
Come on, come on, baby. That's what
at
I'm
5 years
talking
old. You know what I'm saying?
about.
So,
Yes.
it's a blessing. Like a lot of times I'm like, is this my life? I'm like, I'm really like, so I'm soccer mom, work from home, working at the church, wifing and learning coach. Things that I just never, I don't know if I even fathomed it, but that's why you should go with God's plan and not try to do your own stuff.
Every time. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it has been a minute since we talked and since you've been on the show. I think it's been about a year or so now since
Mm.
you've been on the show because you were I want to say the second or the third on this on
Mm.
season two. Yeah, you was the second or the third on season two, so it has been a minute. And I don't remember if you even told us what you were doing when you was on the show last.
Mm.
I think you was working from home, if I'm
Oh
not
yeah, yeah.
mistaken. Yeah, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken. But every chance I get, I do try to um jump on the show
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
try to support you when I can catch you because sometimes I know you was coming on at 6 and you start coming on at 7. I was like, now where's she at?
I know. And I try to keep asking. I was like, y'all, do y'all care that I'm doing? But nobody ever responds. I'm like, hey, well, I'm just gonna let the Lord lead. I'm gonna come and do it whenever the Lord give me the juice. I'll do it then. But I mean, if y'all prefer I start back getting up at making sure it's out by 6 a.m. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know.
I
But
think 7 is good though. I think 7 is good though because I think like more people will be,
seven.
is up getting
Mhm.
ready to go to work and they kind of like click on and see what's going on Facebook. So I think 7 is good.
I had to keep that in mind. I'm working with a business coach now too. That's another thing, girl. Look, new things, right? And he's talking about all these different things, and hopefully more specific type of content real coming real soon. Like I guess more things about like being single since that was my book about and whatnot. And then But of course, I got a lot to say about married life too. I just told
Oh,
y'all some stuff. So you know what I mean? So I'm like, look, I can't put myself in no box. And I feel like we've been playing tug of war, me and this business coach, but it's gonna be all right. We good. You just gotta understand I'm a Renaissance woman, so don't put me on no box, man. Don't do that.
hey,
But
look, you got to be everywhere.
I'm most comfortable everywhere.
Yes.
No, but just trying to use all my gifts. That's all it is. I just wanted to use all my
Mhm.
gifts, especially now that I'm focused on, using it for the glory of God and things of that nature. It's like, well, Lord, whatever you want to use and whatnot, I want to use those gifts for Him. And so, I get it though. Sometimes you gotta niche down and be focused. I hear Him. I do. Y'all
Yeah.
just pray for us.
Well, we definitely got you in the prayer department. Don't worry about that one.
Yeah.
So let's jump into what have you accomplished since the show?
Well, like I said, like I said, so you said I was still working from home. So again, getting the job that came, I feel like that was a divine appointment. The Lord just was like, and now you're going to be the elementary coordinator at your church. And it came just like that because I was just about to do something else when
Mm,
the opportunity opened up. And it just was like too good to be true. Like I know a friend of mine was like, it's kind of a no-brainer because I was looking for something where I could still, have my son and and stuff like that. And lo and behold, the church was like, and we have childcare. And I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So I was still kind of debating a little bit, but when that door opened, I'm glad I walked through it because like I said, I was debating between that and another idea or another opportunity that was being presented to me at that time.
mm,
But again, with working at the church has been just a blessing because again, I'm working with the kids. I feel like I've seen the things that I brought to the table. I feel like it's definitely made an impact. And stuff like I was one to, and I know this gonna sound bad, but one of the biggest things I think that I had an impact on in doing was I noticed that there wasn't necessarily altar call happening in the kids room.
mm,
And so I was like, brought that up or whatever, and we started to do that. And man, the stuff that the kids come and ask for prayer for, like, let's stop acting like these kids don't know what's going on because they're talking
that's
about like
right.
their family issues,
Mm-hmm.
grandparents passing. Like every now and then you might get like my son, he would come up and I want a dog, you know what I mean? But
Mm,
a lot of them kids, they're coming and asking for real prayers, like real
mm,
situations and stuff that's going on. So I mean, we got to really again just protect our kids in this season and pray with them, right? And let them
mm,
know that hey, you can come ask for prayer too, and you can, we understand that you have things and stuff like that. And so being
mm,
able to work at the church has been one of those amazing blessings that just I still be pinching myself sometimes like, is this going is this happening? But it's such a blessing. And then, like I said, GSL, God Text and Love. I mean, like I said, we're still going and flowing. Weekly episodes come out. I don't even know how many. It's I know there's over 1,000 videos on the channel. So I mean, y'all can do the math on that. I know we're in season 14 of the Juice, and so because again, I go live every day, and I change seasons every 100 episodes. So again, do the math on that. We're in season 14 now, so
oh,
so that's been blowing my mind that God has given me something to say almost every day and
uh-huh.
whatnot. So that's been a blessing. And yeah, like I said, I mean, I know we're almost at year 5 of the GSL platform. So next year will be year 5, and I want to do something big if possible, or something to celebrate and
Mhm.
whatnot. So yeah, we'll be in prayer about that. We'll see what the Lord's going to do. Um, but yeah, man, outside of just the online ministry and then the ministry at church, I mean, I would just say again, you girls have still been doing my online stuff. I done streamlined it a little bit. Y'all only see me advertising because the business coach tell me I'm advertising too much. So I stopped advertising the side hustles, but they still there.
How you
um,
advertise too much? How you do that?
listen, he like, well, you need to start. I'm sorry. Shout out to Mr. Marsh. Um, no, but so I still got my side hustles, but I have like scaling back, and I'm trying to, I guess, more so focus on the coaching aspect of helping people be an accountability coach and things of that nature. So I'm no longer Actress Miracle Sims on social media anymore, y'all. I'm Cultivation Coach Miracle if you're looking for me on Instagram. So that's one
Oh,
thing. And
okay.
then yeah, I published 7 books now. So again, I don't know how many I had when I came, but there's 7 of them. There's 7 books now. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, that I mean, we put a movie out. know you guys.
All right, come
We put a
on
movie with me and my homeboy. Hopefully more like it's a funny movie and stuff. Just kind of like showing behind the scenes of what it's like in the It's called The Cast, so you guys can go to thecastmovie.com. Now it's available for free. At one point we were on a platform where you could have to rent it, but it's available for free now. Just go to thecastmovie.com. You can see the movie. And it's funny because again, it's me and my friend. We're playing all these characters and it's but hopefully that'll be the first of many movies that we produce and whatnot. I'm just glad that it got produced and it's out because it was an 11-year in the making. That's a whole journey on its own. But so yeah, man, y'all just keep me in prayer. Saying that God keep blessings growing and flowing. That more content, more movies, more stuff. It's on the way if the Lord's will.
Yes, because you working, you got your hands over here, over there, over there, over here, over here, over here.
And that's why they
Keep
tell me I
on
need to
moving
stop,
now.
right?
No, keep it moving, keep it moving. And look, listen, we are so glad that you took time out to come on and to let us know like what you have going on now. And so just like I did for Simone, I was gonna give you the floor if if you want to just say something to the people or if you want to speak on Bless the Author, means that this is the anniversary of Bless the Author. And it's like, oh my goodness, I've been doing this for 3 years. Wow. But hey, God is good and we give him all the glory. So the floor is yours. I'm going to move myself off of here.
All right. Well, Queen Amelia, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so, so much. And congratulations on achieving any accomplishment, man. I know how it is. And I would say one thing about the God, Sex, and Love Journey or the GSL platform is that I've been able to celebrate each milestone. So I know how important that is. I remember, again, saying, oh, it's 10 episodes of The Juice. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And so it doesn't matter, how much or how little, how many people watching, all that type of stuff. Like, I've been trying my best to stay consistent. I've been trying my best to just do what I feel like God is leading me to do. And I just pour that into you. I really hope and pray that you don't get discouraged by anything, any of the naysayers, anything that you may be going through. Celebrate your accomplishments. 3 years is a blessing. You know what I mean? Like being consistent is a blessing. So congratulations. Thank you so much for having me on. And yeah, man, and I hope that encourages and inspires other people as well. Like whatever it is that the Lord is calling you to do, please, please, please do it. It's so important. I don't know if y'all are seeing the things I'm seeing. I feel like I'm a watchman out here these days. I'm like, look, I'm seeing stuff I feel like other believers ain't seeing. And I'm like, y'all ain't seeing this. This stuff is crazy. What we doing about it? What we doing? So again, if God is calling you to do anything, please do it. You never know, your circle of influence and your obedience can be so impactful. We know that the younger generations need us. We know that people in our generations need us. So get out here and do whatever the Lord is calling you to do. It's important, whether it's a blog, your whatever it is, it can be important and it can be impactful. And don't get discouraged playing the comparison game. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all with that.
That was good. That was good. Yes, you are so right about that. You are so right about that. And I thank you. I thank you also for the words of encouragement and the words to just keep pressing. Because sometimes I tell you, sometimes I just be like, you know what? Maybe we don't need no. Maybe we don't need no season 3. Maybe we just need to say goodbye. But it's still authors out there that needs help getting their story out here. So I'm gonna keep pressing. I'm gonna keep pressing. And so I am ready to be on GSL.
Look, come through, and anybody that's here, y'all, y'all can hit us up. I mean, we welcome anybody. I know people ask all the time. They're like, oh, because when I say it's a Christian platform, X, Y, and Z, then they're like, oh, well, can I come if I don't? If you don't believe, that's fine. Just as long as you understand that I'm gonna be coming from the Bible, and you can come from wherever platform you want to come from, and we can agree to disagree. X, Y, and Z. You welcome to come. We can be respectful. We good. So yeah, we looking for you, Queen Amelia.
And I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Yeah. So y'all will be seeing me on GSL. Y'all look forward to seeing that episode. I thank you again. I thank you again for stopping by. And you know you are more than welcome here anytime.
All right.
All right, lovely. You be good.
God bless.
You guys. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I'm sitting here looking at myself. I never come on here without no sleeves on. Listen, I've been ripping and Nah, I ain't been ripping. I'm about to lie. I went out with my son. My son took me out to eat, y'all, and I was doing some other little stuff and didn't even change my put no shirt on. But we're gonna keep on going. We halfway in this thing now, so we just gonna keep on going, y'all. We're gonna bring the next author on here and let her introduce herself, and we're gonna see what she got going on nowadays. Hello, lovely. Is she ready? Ashley. There she goes. You on mute.
Hello.
Hi. You wasn't ready. She wasn't ready,
I
y'all.
was not, y'all. I was not ready. I'm ready now. I'm ready.
All right, all right. Come on and tell the people about you, about Ashley.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Ashley Byers, and I am an author. I am a business coach. I'm a high school teacher. I'm a grant writer, a government contractor, and I own a nonprofit.
Listen, y'all. I want to be like Ashley when I grow up. Ashley is a boss. Here, let me tell y'all. This is a boss. Here,
Thank you.
listen. I love it and I'm here for it. And I'm definitely going to be using you for some of the things that I got coming up.
Thank
We can't catch that one that ends tomorrow, but I was talking with my son. We're definitely going to use your but you know, you can't tell everything, but we'll
right.
talk.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Yes,
talk.
ma'am.
So yeah, so listen, how you doing? No, well, you know what? Before you start talking, let me tell you this. You are so much more now open. Like when you was on the show, I was like, oh, come on, girl. Where is that? Come on, let me. I was trying to pull it out to you. Was just like, ask me these questions and let me get off of here. I love it.
Thank
You're welcome. Okay, so how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing
That's
okay.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
So I know, like I just told the other two, we can say we doing okay. We can say, yeah, I'm just going with the flow, but what them feelings looking like how them feelings doing.
It's going good. It's going good. I keep God first. I keep my prayer life strong.
Come on now.
So I take it day by day. That's all I can do.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's it. That's all we could do. That's
Yep.
all we can do. So listen, okay, now you, oh goodness, now I'm gonna sit back because I know you're gonna come with it. Like, what have you accomplished since you've been on the show? Cause come on, let me get my water. Come on, come.
Okay. So since the show, what month was it? Was it this month last year?
Don't get me the line.
Oh,
I think you came on in April
of last year. Okay.
of last year. Yeah.
Okay. So since April of last year, I am a co-author on uh another book, Sisterhood. It's 19 other authors on there. So I do have one chapter in that book. I thought that was so neat to get 20 women authors on one book collaborating.
Hmm.
Um, since last year, of course, I've won grants for some of my clients, for myself as well. I've helped over at least 80 entrepreneurs start their own business. I've helped over 100, probably 30 entrepreneurs get funding for their business. I've opened a principal location as well, me and my partner. So I think that's about it. Now I teach business with the high school students, just helping them start their own business. So I started that this year. I'm loving that as well.
Hmm.
I think I won a contract, two contracts with writing for two different schools. So I think that's about it. I think that's about it.
You sure?
I think so. I think so.
Okay. Little light work, but you still a boss. Still a boss. Listen, so what have you are you thinking about releasing another book, or do you have anything in the works as far as another book?
Yes, I would like to release another book. When I started writing, of course, it was therapeutic for me. It still is, but now I'm getting my therapeutic with writing grants instead. So I still want my books to be a series. So I do plan to start back writing and hopefully publish another book by February.
Okay, so we have a question here, which I know the answer to about, but it's your question.
Okay.
It said, do you offer training for writing grants? If so, what is the cost?
Of course I do. Of course, of
Of
course.
course.
So I want everyone to learn how to write your own grants. So yeah, so my general admission is $299, and my VIP admission is $599. And the difference is with the VIP, I will help you write a $100,000 grant. We'll do that together after class is over. So my next class is October the 6th. It's only on Sundays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. And it's 4 weeks. So every 4 weeks, I have a class.
Okay, I hope that answered your question. We already know she's a boss. I already knew she did that, but I want her to answer. I want her to answer it. So, Ashley, look, I'm not gonna hold you no longer, baby. I want you to take care. I want you to
Thank
continue to flourish and continue to be the boss that you are. But before you go, I'm gonna give you a moment to let you say whatever you want to say to the people. If you want to speak to Bless the Author, being that you know it's the Bless the Author's anniversary.
Okay. So once again, thank you for even inviting me on the show. It's such a pleasure to just be a part um of this team. Like, I love it. I love what you're doing. I know that God gave you this vision. So thank you for including me in this. I want you to continue to strive. I want you to continue to do what you're doing. It only gets better. So
Yeah.
don't give up. Keep the faith. And anything I can do to help you, please let me know. And I wish you the best.
For sure. So we got one more question, which we was
Okay.
gonna do this before you go anyway. So she said, awesome, just need your contact info, please.
Okay, awesome. So my email address is Ashley, ASHLEY, at Royal Business Solutions with an S.org. My Facebook page is Ashley Byers. And on my Facebook page, you'll be able to see my phone number, my website, and all of that good stuff. Or you can message me. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, hit her up because she be busy. So listen, before you go, I got one more thing for you. So I saw that you were helping people become a notary. Do you
Okay.
still do that?
Well, my one of my consultants on my team does.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all, we lost her. We're gonna give it a minute and see if she comes back. But y'all, Ashley is a boss. I am here for it. I love it. She is young and she is already um making her empire, and I love it and I'm here for it. I want to see if she gonna come back. If not, then we'll move on to our next author. Well, we're gonna give her a minute or so. We're gonna give her a minute or so. As a matter of fact, y'all, we just gonna move on, and then if she comes back, then we'll bring her back on. So we want to bring the next author on and let her introduce herself to us. Hey, 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 hey!
Hey, how are you, Queen Amelia?
I am good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
That's good. So we know that you are not a stranger to Bless the Author. And so we're just going to jump right into it. Just once again, introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Pastor Maria Greer. I pastor Throne Room Global Ministry with my husband, Bishop Khalil Greer in Pearland, Texas. I'm not just a pastor, I co author several different books. I'm also a business owner of two business, Triple K Boutiques and Training, and then Bling a Bling Jewelry for All. I love jewelry, so I'm into the jewelry industry. I have two nonprofit organizations, Freely Give Outreach Resource Center and Women's Field of Safety, also known as well.
Okay, I'm sorry. My mind went blank for some reason. Oh, okay. How are you doing? You said you look tired. You okay?
Yeah, yeah. Amelia, I'm all over the place. I'm very busy. I stay very busy. I'm at the church right now in my office, because I have an event on tomorrow. But in my body, I feel pretty good. Just a little tired. Didn't get much rest last night. Other than that, I'm feeling much better because for a couple of weeks I was having some health challenges and everything. But I think, thank God that I'm over that. I'm getting back to myself. Uh, I was saying 3 days ago, I was at 75%. Now I feel like about 90. And so I thank God for healing and restoration in my body.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So we know you're feeling a little tired. I feel you on that because I'm a little tired myself, and I think it's because my son took me to Olive Garden and we went in there eating. so
You've been in.
I,
You've been in.
so I ain't got a little tired. But how you feeling? I know that you have a lot on your plate, and I know that you're constantly on the go. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. As I said, I can't really complain because God is giving me the strength to do all the things I'm doing. My hands are in a lot of different pots. So a lot has been transpiring in my life and causing me where I'm having to try to delegate authority, which is kind of hard for a person that is really used to doing things themselves. But now
Mm,
it's like it's becoming so much that I'm overbooking myself and
mm,
everything. And so, I can't keep doing life like that. So I called out for help, to
good.
help me with booking for different engagements because not only do I pastor, I'm a domestic violence advocate. And then I also work with the local police department here. Our church is a part of a faith-based um, group with the police department here. So I'm always doing something in the community. And so at times, balancing things can be a little challenging, but I'm learning. I'm learning through my spiritual mother, a lot of coaching with her, you know, how to delegate some authority and take a break and take some rest breaks for yourself. It's very important for health reasons.
Yes, yes, it is. It is. So since you've been on the show, okay, so I'm gonna say since you've been on the show by yourself because you came back on the show with your with the author of a book that you co-authored. So since you've been on the show by yourself, yourself, what have you accomplished along with the book that you came back and co-authored on?
Since then, I've been traveling a lot. You know, since March is the first time in many a years since March that I have not been in and out of Texas or in different arenas preaching or just speaking about women healed of abuse in a preach message. So it feels good to really be at home base and trying to focus on the things that I got going on here. So since then, with the co-author book, we're planning for our book signing. We're in that phase for the book signing and everything, which is supposed to be in November. So it's been a lot going on doing the editing for that book, which the editing is finished, but they out of all of them, I had to come back, right? And I had to get some editing done to my chapter where sometimes in life, like you ask the question, how are you feeling? Sometimes we feel that we're feeling good and we're healed in all these different places and everything. But when I went back to the editing process, with some things that I could have brought out the first time in the book, but sometimes you don't want to touch that sore spot, and so we touched that sore spot, and by us touching that sore spot, exactly what people needed to hear, which I thought was insignificant, was very significant for this book project. And so did a lot of crying, because it's therapeutic. The book is going to be a very therapeutic book, letters to my younger self. My chapter in that book is um the no syndrome, and then the a book that I released last year, co-author book that I was in, that book, the whole project was called Healing Through Brokenness, and my chapter in that book was My Pain Became My Purpose. So when they called me for letters to my younger self to be a part of this book project, I was actually working on my solo project, making my pain, my purpose, a whole style of a whole project by itself, a whole solo project by itself, because as the readers read, they was like, we want more. So, you always give, the people what they want. So I wrote it. I'm just waiting to get it to somebody to help publish it, edit it, and break down the chapters and find the cover for the book, and I'm still praying and asking God what to do. I just don't want to put every book you see, you got your face on it. I don't want my face on the book. I want to be led by the Lord what He want me to place on the book, on the front of that book. So that's the book project. And then with my nonprofit organization, we've done the back to school backpack giveaway. We gave over 100 some books out, about 100 backpacks or so out, and free food, hamburger, hot dogs, and all that stuff. And I love that type of thing, with being able to be come out of pastoral, just be in the community, talking to the people one on one. And so we did that, and now gearing up for my other nonprofit organization, Women Healed of Abuse. Next month is Domestic Violence Month, and slash, breast cancer. It's always known for breast cancer unless you're an advocate and you know about domestic violence, been through domestic violence, which I'm a domestic violence survivor. I'm a child abuse uh, survivor. And so I just thank God and I advocate for those people that are on on that process, they're in that journey, or they're still trying to heal from being a battered woman or a battered child. So the domestic violence is something that the church arena don't like to talk about, because it's happening even in our churches on today. And so I want to take that opportunity to branch out into the churches and be able to teach the young children about grooming, what grooming means, because that's what predators work on. They work on our children, and that predator could be your auntie, it could be your grandpa, it could be an uncle, it could be a brother. Incest is real. And so it's very important to teach the children about good touches, no, and bad touches. It's good to teach them about cyberbullying. It's a lot of different entities that we go into, but Women Heal the Abuse was birthed from my pain, being a product of a failed child protection system. So my parents, you know, had child protection calls plenty of times. I was sexually assaulted by my father, and nothing was ever done with the case, and we was placed back into the home. And so as I got older, I went down some negative roads. I don't know what that was. I went down some negative roads in my life, and it took me going through this negative roads to become the woman of God that I am. That's why my chapter in that book, Healing Through Brokenness, was my pain became my purpose. So my purpose is not just to preach and teach God's word, but it's also to reach that one that's wounded, broken, and broken hearted and lost hope.
Yes, 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 yes. I think when we talked before, we thought you wasn't going to be on the show, and we did we did the recorded interview. This in case we had to slide it in your spot. We talked about that, and I told you like this, that is important because there are people out there that needs to hear, like someone just commented, yes, people need to hear your testimony. Like, we never know who we can help just by sharing our testimony. We don't know like who is in that type of abuse, whether
Yeah.
it's physical, whether it's verbal, that it can help them. Like, let me reach out to her and see how she came out, and can she help me come out? We never know until we put ourselves out there to be a help to somebody else. So what you're doing is very, very important. To the body, to the people, period. It's very important. So I want you to get you some help, get you a secretary, to get your stuff in order, and get you some rest.
Yes. You know, and you're so right about that, and that's one of my mottos, that it's your story and you have a right to tell your story.
That's right.
Said nobody. My first event that I had, was birthed in 2022. It was a birthday gift to myself, and once I told my family what I wanted to do, I thank God for my daughters, Minister Elia Brooks, Minister Alicia Tim, and my youngest daughter, Liz Vibes, and my husband, of course, who supports everything that I do, my son, Kelsey Mobley, Darius Tim, brother TJ. I just thank God because they all, heard the vision, saw the vision, and helped run with the vision. And so my first event was I am her, healed and set free, because the Lord told me I was a warden, that He was using me as a warden and to be the face of domestic violence, a failed child protection system, that He has given me the keys to unlock the prison doors for those that are in it. When I started off with Women Healed of Abuse, it was, solely targeting women. But once I opened my mouth and I began to tell my story and not be ashamed of my story, so many men glean to it. I mentor so many men. I mentor more men than women, and everything. 'Cause men, it's one thing about any type of abuse, whether they're being physically abused by their wife, it makes them feel like they're not a man, especially if it's sexually assaulted. Now, am I gay? They're going through these things. They're question their sexuality and everything. So they are ashamed. Anybody that goes through abuse, but men really are ashamed and don't want to say, I'm getting beat up by my wife,
Mm-hmm.
I'm call the cops, so just saying, take the muzzle off. The second service that I had was, event I had was no longer muzzle. Because it's time for people to take a muzzle off of their mouth. For many years, I don't know about their home, but in my home, I was told what happens in the home, stay in the home.
Stay alone, yes.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
biggest error that we could ever make.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it with balance. You know what I'm saying? And so I never raised my daughters with that because I always told them that if I was foolish enough to let the enemy come in and use me to do anything to harm you, you go and tell your dad. And if it was your dad, you come to me. If it's both of us, you go to somebody, to get you the help and aid that you need. So Well is a free mentorship program that I do through Zoom calls or through conference call because I want it to be all over and not just localized in Texas.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I want you to keep up the good work. I know that you are. I know that you are. And your daughter is.
Tomorrow, I got a service tomorrow, gathering of the rubies. And then in November, I have another service calling all prodigals. So I'm busy. I got a lot of stuff going on and different podcast interviews. You open the door to that.
Okay. so, so listen, I'm glad that I was a help to you being able to go on other podcasts and be comfortable with being on there. I know that you spoke before and you are we ain't gonna call it free. We just gonna say a little shy. That's what we're gonna say. Oh, with getting in front of the camera and being on live, but I tell you, sometimes I get on here and I be nervous, and I do it all the time, and I still be nervous sometimes. But like I said, I just push through the nervousness because I just feel like that's like nature, human nature, for us to sometimes get a little nervous. You're like, oh God, what are they gonna say? Oh God, they're gonna come on. Just be like, you know what? You gave it to me, so you are going to do what you want to be done on here. So I'm just gonna go on and open my mouth, and you do the rest. And that's all I can do. So yeah, so hey, that's all you can do is that you preach. And honey, you preach from your belly. You preach. And so when you get up there, you preach, and you know that God is going to do what he does. So that's just how you look at it when you come on here to do these interviews, and when you get on Facebook Live to do your lives, you just know that you're doing it to glorify the Lord. And so you're going to just open your mouth and then allow him to do the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I tell people all the time, even in my own home church, I'm nervous, but once I get that mic in my hand, it's something totally different. And
Different.
God just takes full control. See, on the lives, I don't have a mic. That's my comfort, the mic, you know. But
Get your
I
mic.
just,
Get your
God,
mic.
even after I finished talking to you today, the Lord said, you got to get out of that because where I'm taking you, you can't allow the nervousness to try to put you in a place of stuff. You got to push past it, like you said.
Yes, you gotta push past. But I just want you to know you got some supporters on tonight, and they are blowing the chat up. Your daughter is on.
Hey,
Brooke,
baby. I
she
told you my
said,
good supporters.
yes, she said, your daughter said, we are so proud of you. Love you, Ma. That's the Greer. Yes. Your daughter's on. It is some of your church members. They're on. And they are showing up for you. So I just want you to take this moment and just speak your words to what you want to say to bless the author, or just what you want to say to the people. We do thank you for coming on this anniversary edition of Bless the Author. We thank you for um, also entrusting me a small platform, just starting out, but you entrusted me to come on here in front of the world to put your book out there, not one time but twice. And so I thank you for entrusting in me for that, with that. But I'm going to remove myself, and I'm going to let you have the floor to say what you are being led to say.
Well, I just like to say thank you once again, Queen Amelia, for having me on Bless the Author Show. I really thank God for the opportunity. And I listened to what you said. You said small. Nothing is small in the hands of God, despite not small beginnings. So I just thank God that you had the boldness to keep on going 3 years, 3 years of a successful show, and just to see that you're still thriving, and as long as you're striving, you're going to thrive. So I told you in private, and I'm going to tell it openly, that I see this beyond a podcast. I actually see it going on as a actual show, being on TV. God is sharpening your tools as you're going on. I've seen you from when you first started to where you started now. You got your own little theme music, and everything, the flyers, and how you're just working this technology, and it only gets better. So continue to allow God to lead you. May God continue to bless you. And those that are on, tag and share. Tell somebody to go follow her Facebook page and help, you know, her reach more people. And that's something that we all need to do. We need to learn how to support one another. So I thank God for you, Amelia, and may God continue to bless you. And thank you for having me on Throne Room Global Ministry. I love you for your support. And thank God for each and every person that is on the Bless the Offer on the night. I love everything I've heard so far. God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you so much. And as you begin to talk, your daughter said, I'm gonna pull her comment back up. You have a growing ministry. And she said here, God bless you, ma'am. You don't have a small platform. Well, she said you have a growing platform. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you to your daughter as well.
Anything that you need, Amelia, just call me. If I can do it, I'll do it. If it's in my means, I'll try my best to be there to support one way or another.
I thank you. I thank you.
This is so good ground.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And before you go, tell the people how they can help sow into the ministry, sow into the nonprofits, sow into anything that you do, or just reach out. Maybe if they need your services for anything, need you to speak, or how can the people get in contact with you?
Okay, if you want me to come to speak as far as the motivational speaker with domestic violence and everything, you can go to my website. It's www.womenhealedofabuse.com. And like I said, it's a free mentorship program and everything because a lot of times people would love to speak to people that actually been through it. They actually can sympathize, empathize, and say, I have been there, done that, and I got several t-shirts to prove that. So they can go there and have some of the various events that we have done. Have to get updated. We're working on getting those things done. Like you, just still learning technology. And then as far as my church, and on there, if you want to be a monthly supporter, because I do, like now I'm getting ready to gear up for a food drive for those shelters that I partner with the area Turning Point here in Texas, where they take in battle women and men and their children. So I help them every year. Last year we raised over 20. I think it was about $1,200 for with gift cards, toys, and everything for those that are in the shelter. So we like those that want to donate to a good cause. If they can donate, you can do that on the website. There's a button on there where you can donate, and if you want to become a monthly sponsor, you also have that avenue also. And then as far as the church, you can follow our Facebook page, Strong Room Global Ministry, here located in Pearland, Texas. And if you'd like to donate to the ministry, the cash app is CRGM 2013. Most of
All right. All
all,
right.
pay for it.
Say that one more time.
I said, most of all, continue to pray for us, that we continue to be the man and woman that God is calling for in these last and evil days.
Amen. Amen. So we're not going to hold you no longer. Once again, thank you for coming on, and thank you for the words that you spoke. And I receive it and walk in it. And you are always welcome here at Bless the Author.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good night.
You too.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Last but not least, I call her Jelly Bean, but I'm gonna bring her on and let her introduce herself. Jelly Bean, you mute.
Hey, sugar. How you be?
Hey, I be good. How you be?
Listen, I represent. I got a queen shirt on today. I represent my girl. I'm here for it. I'm so excited to be here for it. We talk about 3 years, girl. So we was here when this started. So you know what I mean? Like we really are like super, super excited for you. I am for those who do not know me, I'm the inspirational treasure or prophet or apostle Shalonda. It's a whole bunch of names that go along with that. But all in all, I am an author. I am and don't know listen, don't none of the people in the comment section be putting up all the extra stuff like the number ones and all
You
that.
already, you already know they is. You already know they is.
I'm surprised you didn't because I was waiting for it. I was listening on the side. So I am a number one best-selling author.
Yeah.
Absolutely love being an inspirational author. I call myself an inspirational author because God kind of uses me in different ways to minister to different people, not just those of of the church or anything. So it's a universal message, and that is that love is the answer. Love is the key. But when we're doing these different books, we have to be able to speak to what the person is needing, what they're going through. So I love that part of it. I am CEO of Inspirational Treasure International, where I am an inspirational speaker. Again, I do preach and teach, but more so just really love to kind of just be in the space with people. You know what I mean? And get to know them and love them and embrace them and find out what it is that their weakness that may be in this season so that we who are supposed to be strong can help bear those infirmities. And so I do that with Love Walk Outreach Global, which is my
Yeah.
online spiritual fellowship. What else? Yeah, I think I do a good bit of things, but I'm gonna stop there because I can't remember all of them right now.
Oh, okay. Okay, boss. So we have a comment said she said your earrings are cute, ma'am.
Thank you, Woo. Thank you. Listen, I got and talking about like I got these from an event. We were actually at Taisha had a bounce back. That's the one who says "T mommy" in law.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
But we were
Yes.
at her bounce back, and there was a group of people, and they handmade these. So of course, I just wanted to be of support. I had on different earrings when I came on earlier, but I was like, hey, let me go ahead and
Represent.
shout out somebody who used their creative abilities to make us cute. So I'm
Come
grateful.
on, we here for it. And Taisha, I want her to get ready. I was gonna have her on this reunion, but I saw that she was grieving. So I said I'll hold out and ask her to be on the next one.
Mm,
So Taisha, I am going to
you
be
ready,
in
girl?
your inbox of the Lord's will next what the end of 2025, so you can be on Where Are They Now part 3. So be looking out for that because she was on the show with her book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we gonna look. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot of catching up to do here, and so y'all, I'm just gonna flash it. We ain't gonna talk about it right now, but I'm just gonna flash. Let me tell y'all, y'all don't know how long I've been waiting for this book. But listen, I said we wasn't gonna talk about it. Let me put it down, okay, because I'll get thrown off. So we'll start.
Okay.
Okay, how you doing?
I am peaceful and it's intentional. I really believe in being first partaker of what you're trying to give somebody else. And so this is the season where well, you know me pretty well, so like my elevations are always quick. One minute I think I'm good, I done got settled right here, and then the next minute there's something else happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made peace with that. I've made peace with just a lot of things. For the past 3 months I have been going through, my cycling. I've been in like a rapid cycling. And for many who don't know, I do have what we call diagnoses of mental health disorders, but I rest in those things because it gave me answers that I didn't have before. And it gave me answers that I didn't have when I was a single mom trying to figure out why I can't get out the dark. You know what I mean? And so I took those titles, those labels, and I just began to ask God about them because there's nothing, no condition, no nothing that exists that God doesn't understand, right? Because there's love is unconditional. There's no
Right.
condition because he is all conditions. He made all conditions. He understands all conditions. It's kind of like the compassion that we have in our hearts for people. When I heard, listen, first of all, let me say to Prophet Greer, okay, like I was all up in this, you know what I mean? That was my heart talking. But we have that soft spot, right, for people. And just imagine if we can have a soft spot for people, just imagine how God feels about all of us, right?
Yeah.
So I was going through, since right before my birthday, released 2 books on my birthday, kind of going through the motions, right? Trying to enjoy the people around me, but I was in rapid cycling and it was a lot this time. And I was like, okay, God, I just need to understand. And so God began to talk to me about the downtime, which is my cave time, which is the time where I'm hibernating or rejuvenating. Can't move, can't do nothing. You ain't motivated. You feel like lead. So I got to be still. And if
Mm.
you are not seeking his answers, then you would consider that to be a place of defeat, death, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I'm extremely elevated, then I am producing so much. But because I'm grounded in love and that's what I choose, I'm learning how to navigate things better that I can not hurt myself and not hurt nobody else. You feel me? So it's been a challenge, but it's definitely been worth it. I would say that. And that sounds crazy to some people, but it's been worth it for me because I'm always working with people who go through. And I would prefer
Yeah.
to understand them than
Mm-hmm.
to sit there speculating or thinking that just my education alone is going to help. I'm certified. I've been doing this since 2010, but
Mm-hmm.
having experiences, talking to people again, Prophetess Grace, she's talking, and I'm like, yes, honey, yes. I'm over here in the back, like, snap up.
Yeah.
Because what she was speaking about was the Great Commission. That's what the Great Commission is. The Great Commission is not just us converting people, it is loving people so that their hearts are healed and so that their lives are changed. And so when she spoke about being outside the church doors and she's doing domestic violence and she's doing all these things, I'm like, yes, that is exactly what Christ was talking about. And so I'm just excited about where I am. Again, grateful to be past it, but grateful for what it produced.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you already know what my next question is, but let me tell you this before I ask you this next question. Like I've been telling everybody that I've learned, the difference between knowing or thinking that I'm feeling some type of way or that I'm doing some type of way. Let me say that. And but I actually feel another type of way. But can I tell you, you taught me that.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I'm
you
humbled
told
by
me
that.
that. You
Listen,
told me
I tell this story all the time, and I will not tell it this time. But when you have your friends, like we go way back. That's my Mimi right there. Y'all don't understand, but because you protected me at a time when I didn't know how to protect myself, and I think my love has always been what it is. But during a time where I couldn't or wouldn't speak up for myself, you got a Amelia coming out the background, like not that one. You can mess with her, you can mess with them, but you would not mess with that one. So for you to be able to say to me that I gave you something back in return, I'm grateful.
Yeah, so yeah, you taught me that. So like when I went through what I went through with when I first started with Queens with Ambition and we was on there and then I began to talk and then I froze. And then I went through my process of saying, okay, you know what, it's okay. It was my first time, but actually deep down, I really wasn't okay.
Right.
So um
No, I'm not
yeah,
okay.
no, I'm not okay. And I wasn't. No, I was not okay.
Right.
And so I try to coach myself into thinking that I was and I really wasn't. So I saw on TikTok that you were going through a little something at that time and you were talking through it. So how are you feeling now?
Yeah, I'm feeling empowered, right? I'm feeling empowered because um we talk a lot, man. We do a whole lot of talking as and I'm gonna say this not to offend nobody, but just take it as it is. But we do a lot of talking as religious people.
Mm-hmm.
but we don't all pursue spiritual growth, right? Jesus said there will be a day where you worship in spirit and truth. You're not worshiping in mountains, you're not worshiping Jerusalem. And so many times we talk the talk, but we don't really do the spiritual work, right? We don't do the love growth and maturity because, again, ultimately, love is the ultimate maturity. Like Jesus said, be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect, meaning mature, whole, complete, all that. And so I believe that we go through the motions a lot, but we don't do the work a lot. And so
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
empowered because, and it's not that I haven't done the work before, but we all done been there where we halfway doing it because we like, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm ready to let that go yet. I don't know if I'm ready to
Mm-hmm.
cut that cord yet. And God
Mm-hmm.
is so gracious and so amazing and so loving, right? Galatians 5 says that like if you got Christ and you're trying to do a whole bunch of other stuff, I won't go into it, but grace is what's sufficient. And that's what happens when you really start doing the work. It's like, okay, God, I'm about to accept your unconditional love, right? Do we
Mm-hmm.
really know what that means? Do we really know that unconditional means unconditional? So I had to sit with that. You know what I mean? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
does unconditional mean? And so I shared this on another thing, but he showed me, first of all, me as like this rocket ship, right? And I had the wings were my arms, and I was trying to catch everybody. I'm going up now. I'm going up. I'm shooting up, and I'm trying to catch everybody. Catch everybody. Like, oh, you can't let nobody fall off. Can't let nobody fall off. And then he showed me with no wings, no arms. And so the people that were hanging on to the side when I was going up, they just had to fall off because there was nothing for me to do to grip them or grab them. And so
Right.
I was like, God, what are you trying to say? And God said, love allows. Love allows things to happen in order for people to gain ground. You can't really have faith if you don't believe something. Like if you're seeing it, you don't believe it. And so he said to me, when you're going up, people fall off because they cannot breathe at that atmospheric pressure.
Mm.
And if they can't breathe, they die. So what
Mm-hmm.
you thought was love, Shalonda, and it's not that I didn't know anything about love, but what you really thought was love was let me not let them go through what they went through with other people. Let me not let them feel abandoned. Let me not make them feel rejected. Let me not make them feel like they don't belong, all that stuff. And God
Mm-hmm.
was saying, remember, Jesus always asked people, will thou be made whole? Why? Because they
Mm-hmm.
had to agree. And so what he showed me was like it's been such a journey. I'm telling you, like this being on a love walk is a real journey because you see yourself, you see
Mm-hmm.
others, you know what I mean? And you really know what it means to love your neighbor as yourself. And that means that I have to allow other people to choose. And so it's been a real journey. And so during this time, he's shown me more. And whew, Mimi, it's heart wrenching to me. You know what I mean? Like it's heart wrenching to a person that wants to love everybody. Like I want to love everybody, and God is like, you do love them. You love them when you let them choose. And so He showed me that during my time too, that this is something that you get to choose. Do you continue to go through this phase believing that is something wrong with you, believing that you need to fix everything about yourself, believing that you need to be somebody different? What do you think I mean by no conditions? What do you think I mean by unconditional love? So it's definitely been a journey, but I'm peaceful now because I let it be. I let it be, and I'm gaining along the way.
Wow. You dropped so many nuggets. Like in that breath, you dropped so many nuggets. And I pray that we all caught what she just said because she dropped so many nuggets. And you always listen, you dope. And we tell you that all the time, but I'll never stop telling you that you dope. Always and forever. Always and forever. So, what have you accomplished since you've been on the show? But listen, before you answer that, you should have been you should have been on the first show. But that was my fault. But you know what? Things always happen the way that they are meant to
Every
happen.
time, every time.
So yeah, so when I sat back and I looked at your flyer, I said, she should have been on the first show. I said, but you know what? It's okay because I believe this time is going to be exactly why she needs to be on this show. So
I agree.
What have you accomplished? I know you have put out a couple books since you've been on the show, so talk to the people about what you've been up to.
Man, I think since I've been on the show, which was probably 3 years ago, I definitely have I published a few in between time in the meantime. I finally did What That Heart Looked Like as a book, but it's for the I did it for the coaching group. I did it for the women, right? But huh, God is telling me that I had to extend that as well to be able to in other words, what he said was, you be the apostle, you know what I mean? On with everything else, still be that. So as I'm coaching women on checking the heart, right? Their own heart. Not everybody else's. You ain't trying to pin down why your mama them, your cousin them, your auntie them, your uncle them did what they did. Because the reality is that everybody is a product of something that happened along the way. Right. And so when we start judging them because of what they did to us, and I'm not excusing any behaviors, don't get it twisted. But what I am saying is that if we're going to walk with Christ or the mind of Christ, the Bible says pursue, right? The mind of Christ. So we are to think in a different way, right? What's one of those ways? Well, love. Love is the ultimate law. It is the law. A new command have I given thee, right? And that's that you love you one another. So love is the law. What's the mind of Christ? That we love you one another, right? To bear the burdens of one another is to fulfill the law of Christ. So all these things, and I'm looking at this topic, and I'm teaching this topic, and I'm asking this question, but I'm realizing that when many people ask that question, what that heart look like, they still revert back to who did it to my heart. Right? Oh, well, she asking me what that heart look like. My heart broken, or I'm mad, or I'm angry, or I hate them, or whatever. And we still leading back to somebody else, and we're forgetting exactly what was said. So to have the mind of Christ, we always check self first, right? Introspection first, right? Judge not, lest you be judged. Condemn not, lest you be condemned. Forgive, so you can be forgiven. It's the root. Pray for your enemies. Bless these people, right? He's saying all of these things, and we walking with him, but we ain't walking with him. Right? We're walking so he can do it. And we can sit back and be like, well, it was already done. And God don't play about me. And Jesus got my back. And I'm like, but yeah, God is omnipresent, which means that he's everywhere at once, which doesn't exclude us. It includes us. That means that none of us are separate. None of us are, and this going to hurt some people's feelings.
Come on with it.
But
Come
the
on with it.
favorite that we think we are, the favorite that we are comes from seed we sow. If you favor people, then you favorite. But if I'm just sitting here, he is no respecter of persons. So when
That's
I'm
right.
going through these motions and I'm asking what that heart look like, I'm not asking you to tell me about what everybody else has done to you. I'm asking you how you feel about it so we can work through it, right? Are you angry? Yes. Why? Because this happened in my life. No finger pointing, just admitting this hurts. This broke me. It
Yeah.
made me feel like God don't love me, right? All these different things that we have been dealing with, and we gotta start being honest. So what that heart looked like got released, and it is a heart intensive, and it says it's for women, but I believe that men can get something out of it too because it's a complete introspection book. I mean, there ain't no blame game. You can't play no blame with this one. All right. I released. Ruby finally got her story, y'all. Okay.
Woo! Listen, let's get into it. First. Let's get into it. Listen,
Okay, wait. Let me do this one first before you get into that one because we're gonna talk about that one, I'm sure, because you've been waiting a while. But so I did a double release on my birthday, Mimi. I did a double release. So Ruby finally got released, and I did What If God Is All of Us, considering the love walk approach.
I got that in my cart.
Oh,
Don't worry, it's in my Amazon cart. Don't.
but look at you, and you could have always just messaged me because I'm about to be on your show. You could anyway. I know.
Okay.
I know,
Okay.
of course, I know. But
No.
yes, so what if God is all of us? Considering the love walk approach. So, we got a movement. We're starting a movement of sort. God said to start the movement. But it's not a new message, it's an ancient message, right? Love is an ancient message. And love, oneness, inclusion, all these different things. A lot of things I'm gonna have to say that the church ain't gonna like, you know what I mean? And I've been there, and
Mhm.
treading on some things for a while, but now it's really a message of global healing, right?
Yes.
If God says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then I can hear from heaven and heal the land. That's something that can still be done.
Hmm.
We don't just bow to the fact that the love of many is waxing cold because of this wickedness in this land. Well, yeah, what part we playing in that? Right. So this book is again another introspection moment. I am going to speak on the fact that Jesus didn't come to start a new religion. It was really saving for the whole world. We are done.
Hmm.
It is finished. And
Hmm.
so when we try to separate, when we try to exclude ourselves from different connections with people, then we forget that what we're doing is playing a guessing game too. None of us really know. I digress on that. But we're still trying to live it out. This ain't that platform right now, but we're trying we're trying to live out things, and this is how I'm gonna put it. We have made a monument of the name, but we have not made we have not glorified the process, right? Of what he went through, what he taught us, what he showed, what he lived. Like we preach miracles like Jesus was just trying to be a showboat. No, Jesus was trying to heal those that wanted to be healed. This was the journey. And so when we consider the love walk approach for social justice and global healing, it puts everybody in a position where they have to say, hey, let me pay attention to what I played a part in, right? Not for guilt's sake, not to condemn yourself, just to take note, right? To
Hmm.
turn away from, and then begin to understand that whatever wickedness is in your heart because of that molestation, that rape, that all these different things you've gone through, you got to heal that stuff in order to do this great commission. So we're not just trying to talk it anymore, Mimi. We really are. We just got to live it out. And so when we talk about global healing, we're literally talking about doing what Prophet Grill was talking about. Like let's be in the faces of these people who are hurting because their fathers or their mothers did a thing, right? And when we can address that, we can get to the root of their feelings, their emotions, and we can really help them heal through it. Then we are doing the bearing of the burdens of one another. And so I'm excited about that particular book. All right. So you got questions about it, or you want to go into Ruth real quick?
Let's That book is another show, another time. You know you're gonna be back on here because you know once I get it, I'm gonna be in your inbox. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Are you free on this day? And so, because I need you back on the show.
We
But
here for it. We here for it. Boo.
listen. So before Ruby, it was her sister, right?
Yes, yes.
I haven't really. I'm kind of upset because
They held your thing a whole month, girl.
this was listen. It was in my neighbor's mailbox for the whole month. It was in her mailbox, and she said, "I don't like to check my mailbox," but it's not her fault because the post lady put it in her box,
Right,
and I feel her pain because I don't check my mailbox often either unless I know that I have something coming.
right.
And so when she brought it to me yesterday,
So you feel some type of way because you ain't been able to get into it yet. Oh,
right. So listen. So like I said, like it's another show because I'm gonna get into it.
I do.
But let's just set them up for when we do come back and talk about Ruby. Let's just set them up for that.
Okay, well, I mean, if you want to introduce Purple's Haze first, if you want to talk about that one and lead up to this one, you can, because you mentioned her sister. Um, so
Let's
we go ahead.
go ahead. You go
Okay,
ahead.
well, I'm writing a series. It's an inspirational series, and it is entitled "The Colors of Victory" series, and it is about a father and a mother who have these 5 kids. The father decided he wanted to start his own legacy. He didn't want to, just carry his dad's name, not because he hated his dad's name, but because he wanted to start his own legacy. So he changed his last name, and they named their children after their birthstones. So just to say that when you read my books, know that I'm going to introduce some things that you may not be familiar with, right? Because all glory to God, nothing created without His consent or His doing. So I'm going to talk about some things that we kind of step back from, but I do. Um I introduce issues, right? Issues that we deal with on a regular basis, whether we're dealing with grief, or whether we're dealing with childhood issues, whether we're dealing with uh, addictions. All these things are coming, right? But we talk about these things because this is everyday life. This is what we all experiencing and dealing with. So we started the series off with amethyst. Of course, you know her color was purple, and
Mhm.
and the family just has a dynamic that looks so wonderful. Of course, from but through everybody's eyes, the view is different. So Purple was the, not really the confrontational type. She wasn't, she's not that person. But the event that took place in their family really rocked her world. And so Purple went into her haze. And so we
Mm.
had to read the story to see whether or not she was going to come out of that space or whether or not it was going to be, a sequel to the first one. So that's Purple's Haze.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You wanted to say something, though. I want
No, go ahead. I want you to finish because what I'm gonna ask, what I'm
you,
gonna ask, and you need to finish before I ask my question.
Um, so yeah, so we have these five children. So we started the series off with Amethyst. She's not the oldest though. The oldest is Emerald, and he won't be to the last one, but it's five of them. Amethyst, the oldest daughter, story started. Um, and I got kind of decent reviews on that. I think it was a decent book.
That book was good. Listen, that book was good, and I was like,
She is
why
not
did
gonna
she?
end it like that.
Yeah, why did she leave it like that? Like, what is your what? And it was
Hey,
good, y'all.
ain't that's how the series go on TV? Once you look, you gotta wait till the next season come. That's just how it works. But I really did because every story has to have its own, you know what I mean? You introduce the next sibling in each book. I do. I introduce the next sibling that's coming up next. And that's how everybody got introduced to Ruby. And everybody's like, okay, when is Ruby's story coming out? So they've been mad at me, y'all. They've been real mad at me, but it wasn't me. I'm just saying
I was.
I know y'all was mad. I'm telling
I
y'all.
was. Because listen, y'all, Ruby is the firecracker. Ruby is me. Ruby is what you want to do. What you want to do? Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's what?
And you get in this book in Ruby's story. So the first one is entitled Purple's Haze. You can if y'all go to Linktree, it's inspirational treasure. You'll find links to go to the Amazon page and find what you want to find. But Purple was first, and Ruby is her sister that's a year younger than her protector, the one who really kind of wanted to have her back in all, in every way possible.
Yeah.
But Ruby got her own story, you know what I mean? And so what we do, we get to dig into now um how Ruby got to be that strong one, the one that, people look to for this or that other. So we get to dig a little bit into Ruby's story. Um I
Hmm.
don't can't give away nothing, so I don't really know.
Yeah, yeah. So we listen, y'all. I do want to talk about it, but I really haven't read it. But I do see that it picked up where Purple Haze left off, where they, what happening going into that the particular place. They're
Mm-hmm.
still in that particular place in the beginning of this book. They're still in that
Mm-hmm.
particular
Because it's
um
perspective, you know what I mean? I wanted to give everybody their own perspective, and that's not to say that's what Sapphire's story is going to do, but
right.
for this it made sense to do it that way because of the
Absolutely.
interaction with Purple and with Ruby.
Yeah.
And so I want everything to be connected. And I think that's why I introduced the next character in every book. It may seem like a marketing tactic or whatever. You can take it as that if you choose, but it really is just my creative mind thinking. Like, let's go ahead and introduce so the next book makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I didn't take it as that. I'm ready to just see what's going on and what's gonna happen and what she got and what she been through and how she been through it and just yeah, I'm here for it. All of it.
Yeah. It's so I will just say this about the story. When I talk about them naming their children after their birthstones, I want to say this. Ultimately, again, there is nothing that exists that God did not create, even the things we don't understand, you know.
Right.
And so when we shun other people or we talk about what we think is evil and demonic and all these different things, you're literally stepping on somebody else's truth or how they were raised or what they think or how they, what they know. And when we don't understand, we should kind of just mute just a little bit. So
Mhm.
I'm introducing this understanding that there is power in our words, right? Power in what we name ourselves, power in all these different things. And that was the purpose of what Saye was trying to do with the kids, like to let them know every time you say your name, there's something in your name, there's something powerful in you that you should always be reminded of when you say your name. And so I wanted to offer that. And Ruby's story just takes this journey of um, protectiveness on both ends, how she's trying to protect her own self, but it's kind of fading and don't necessarily work. So she got to decide whether she's going to gear up for it or whether she's going to give in. And so
Mhm.
it takes you through a journey through them having to come back to themselves, right?
Mhm.
Because along the
Mhm.
way, you lose the insight about your power. You don't really feel powerful, right? Somebody call you Queen Amelia, and there's gonna be time in these moments in time where you like, I don't really feel like that. I don't feel like doing it. But I call myself that so I can remind myself that that's who I am. And so I think
Mhm.
ultimately, as you go through each novel, um, it reminds them, okay, pull on this, and then to see them either get to it or just bow out. I don't want to do it. You never know what the twists
Yeah.
and turns may be.
Listen. I'm here for every twist and every turn. I know I keep saying that, y'all, but y'all just don't understand. Y'all ever watch the TV show, like she said, like a TV show? You watch the TV show and then you just be like, okay, where's the next season? And you glued to the TV. Like, that's how I am with those books. Like, I'm ready for it. Like, you know what? We can't, it's like, our soap opera. Soap
I take that. I take that. Shoot, say that
opera.
again in the atmosphere. Let it go ahead and work itself out. We'll write,
Yeah.
we'll write a soap opera. That'll work.
Yeah, come on now. We ready for it. We here for it. But yes, definitely we have to do another show to talk about this book and your other book because like I said, it is in my Amazon cart and I am going to get it. And so, you know, I'll be in your inbox setting something up because I do have some openings. So you already know.
I
So
do.
I'm not gonna hold you no more, but what I am gonna do is move myself and give you the floor and let you speak to Bless the Author.
You don't be wanting to give me the flow, girl. You should know better than that at this point. Now
Yeah,
I'm gonna respect it.
no, no, listen. I already know how you roll. So
And so you already know I've been stirred up since it started. Interestingly enough,
yeah,
um,
look, you see how I move myself. Go ahead, do what
all
you do.
right. So many blessings, first of all, to each and every one of you who have jumped on to take a part of this celebratory moment. Like, because we're here, really, she's asking where we are now. She's asking us questions about what we have accomplished. But man, we are here to celebrate 3 years of pushing through in your purpose. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all really understand what that means, but for those of you who do, you can already put up as many emojis and hand claps and all the little bells and whistles. I mean, you could throw up some champagne bottles, whatever you want to do, but let's celebrate this woman who has decided that, you know what, my voice can be heard. My face can be seen. It's okay for me to get on here. And she's sewing into us by doing so, by giving us a platform to say, this is what we have going on. So, Amelia, my Mimi, right? I am extremely, extremely happy for you. I mentioned it before. We go back all the way to middle school. So, we are not strangers. But to see where you are, what you have accomplished, what you're still accomplishing, I am more than excited, more than happy. And I peek my head in your inbox every now and again to kind of see what's going on, what you're doing, how you're doing, how the kids doing. But ultimately, my heart just wants to know that you still know that you are doing an amazing job. So Bless the Author, 3 years. Let's go. We ready for the next season. We're ready to be a part. We're ready to be whatever you may need from us in this season. We're grateful. And we're and I can't even say anymore, but I will say more in the way of the prophetic. So Amelia, this is the word of the Lord for you. I hear God say ultimately when the first young lady got on, she spoke some things, but ultimately you have to take this to another level. What Pastor Greer's daughter mentioned is true. You are a growing platform. You are an expansive area where people, again, not just authors, but musicians and different things like that, will be showing up to say, hey, let me get my voice in there. You're going to have to start working stuff out with your schedule. You're going to have to start booking interviews in advance, recording interviews, because being live may not be sufficient at some point. You're going to travel, sit with people in real life in their homes or in their studios or at your own studio place, where you are going to be able to sit with them and digest everything about them. So you are elevating in this season. Oh, God didn't forget about your restaurant, though, by the way. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But this is the thing that's going to take you from level to level. And yes, celebrities, other people will be on your platform, not because that's what you're asking per se, but because God says he can trust you with it. And as you continue to grow, as you continue to expand, the love that you have for us, you're not just doing this because you're trying to be seen. You really love us. You really want us to grow. You really want us to be seen. And so because you have sown that, my God, honey, you are about to reap so much. I also want to share with you that on the 22nd of September, I had to give a word about this the other night when the full moon came, and it's called the harvest moon, and God is talking about how that works with the land and all of that. But on the 22nd is the autumn equinox, Amelia, which means that we are going into a new season. It is the moment where we go into a new season, and the sun is right over the equator. So everything is equal. And so now we are going into a season of harvest, a season where you are going to expand and grow in heights unknown, honey. So your anniversary, the set anniversary for this 3 years is on the very day that seasons are shifting. So I need you to keep it in your mind that this season for you, my God, is about to be something that you could not even have imagined. And as you enter into it with the confidence, knowing, I need you to hear me if you hear nothing else. You have sown for this. And because you have sown for this, there is no way the principle doesn't work. God has you on his mind. God has you on his agenda. You are about to see things that are going to catapult you and your children to a whole entirely new level. So I am beyond proud to be connected to you, but even more proud that I'm going to be able to see you step into this place and live it out to the fullest until you overflow. It is my pleasure to be here. Many blessings, and I love you so very much.
Oh man, I love you. And you know it, and I've always showed it. Y'all know love is an action word, and we have to show it. And you know I've always showed it, and you know that is absolutely right, because let me tell y'all something. I did not say I'm going to sit here and read all these books and get on here just to be seen. Trusted me. If I had another, if well, I did have a choice whether to obey or say I'm not doing that. But because the love that I have for the people, I said okay. And you know, I don't ask for anything. I purchased these books out of my own pocket. You know, some of the authors, I thank them. They do when I say I'm gonna purchase. They say no, I'll send you the book. You know, so get on. They say no, I'll send you the book. I thank God for them, but I do what I know God told me to do, and He told me to purchase. So that's what I do. You know, I don't do this for show because I don't want to be on. I don't want to be on here. Y'all looking at me. No, I could be doing something else. But I do love y'all, and I do want to help you all get your stories out there. And listen, I want each and every one of y'all to know that have showed up for me. I will never forget. I will never, from the bottom of my heart, forget that you all took time out of y'all schedule and show up for me, because y'all just don't know how it has been many times I feel pushed to the back, looked over, pushed to the side, thought not worthy of. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Every time y'all show up, take trust me, I do not take it for granted. I do not take it for granted. Um, y'all can see the flyer, and y'all can see that there are faces that are not here, but it's okay. It's okay. I thank God for the ones that do show up and show up every time, like Pastor Greer. This is her third time on here, and she'll come back again and again if I call her. And I thank God for y'all. I do. I really do. So, I didn't want to turn this into no um unhappy moment,
It
but
is not. It is not. It is, let me tell you something. First of all, I am so proud of you for even being able to articulate that in front of people. You understand? Because, and we done did some coaching. We coached through some things. Again, my honor, right, that you
yeah.
allowed me to help you with that. But you've come so far, Mimi. Like you've come so far to where you're able to say out loud, "This is what I'm experiencing," and that's a big deal. So for everything that you have done, man, blessings upon blessings upon blessings upon more blessings. And may you realize that this is not for nothing. Like, may you realize that every single time you get on here, every week that you interview somebody, you are sowing seed and more seed. Like, I want you to really get that in your head. Like, just picture your field. Just picture a field and you just out there every time you interview one of us, just throwing seed down, baby. Like you, I'm talking about even back in the back where the trees gotta grow. So some stuff that ain't gonna grow for years is still yours. It's like there, and you have done that. And that's not a boastful statement. It's just a I agree with love
Mhm.
statement. I agree to be love in the earth, right? When we say that we strong bear the infirmity of the weak, that doesn't always have anything to do with sinful nature as we know it. Sometimes their
Mhm.
weakness is they hungry. Sometimes their weakness is they need a platform to bounce themselves off of because they can't get on another platform. And that doesn't make your platform less than. It
Yeah.
makes your platform blessed. And I am so excited for you. I really am overjoyed. Y'all know I'm a crybaby, so you ain't even got to ask no questions. I cried the drop of it. But so I'm going to stop talking so I don't, but I just need you to know it. Like, I need you to know it. I need you to be able to look at yourself every day and know it. That God got you, and you are going to see every bit of the fruit that you have sown for, man. It's going to be amazing.
Whew, 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 whew. I thank you. I
Mm.
thank you again and again and
Yeah.
again and again. So listen, I'm not gonna hold you no more. You gonna cry and I'm gonna start crying. We ain't gonna be on here crying in front of the people. So listen, if you are not busy, if for those that know, Queens with Ambition was birthed September the 11th, 2020, which was my birthday. And so tomorrow we will be celebrating her on Zoom. The flyers out. If you all are not busy, I would love to see you all in the room. We have Pastor Deborah. She is going to give us a message about God gave me. It's oh, okay, I gotta get it together now. How did he say it? Oh, it won't end how it began. It won't end
Mm.
how it began. And so she's going to give us a word on that. And listen, I got some things to say in that room too, because it's been rough. It's been rough, and we all know those that are walking and running for the Lord, that the enemy comes on every side when he knows that you are a threat to his kingdom. And so he knows that I'm a threat and I'm a force to be reckoned with. And so he has been coming on every side, but I still choose to stand for the Lord. And so tomorrow, I pray you all can come and celebrate with me. like I said, the flyers out with the Zoom stuff on there. And if y'all all can't, I do appreciate y'all taking out the time of y'all busy schedule being here tonight, celebrating these lovely ladies,
And
celebrating
you.
Belss the Author. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm not gonna hold y'all no more. We are going to say good night.
You better watch from Kenya. You better be international right now. God, you better confirm a word in the middle of the situation. Do you understand?
Listen, you see how I just stopped? Like,
Girl,
what?
see, yeah, we about to go. You better go ahead and put this thing dismiss, because if not,
Blessings and blessings unto you in Kenya. We pray that you are on the next show. Oh, but we're getting ready to log off. We've been on here almost an hour. Yeah, so we're
almost
about
too.
I was just going to say, well, almost 2 hours. Yeah. So, yeah,
Love
we're going to go ahead and log off. Know that I love you to pieces, Jelly Bean. And y'all want to know why I call
it.
her Jelly Bean? It's because she is always just, Jelly Beans to me is like how they smushy and on the inside and they hard on the outside but smushy on the inside. That's why fish a lot.
Don't forget sweet, though. Don't forget sweet. Can I get sweet a little bit?
Yeah, they is sweet too. Yeah, they
Okay.
is. And so that's why I call her Jelly Bean. I don't know what I was talking to you one day and it just popped in my head like call her Jelly Bean. And I was like, okay, Jelly
And
Bean.
I thought it was the bomb.com. I'm like, that is so cute.
I'm
I'm
not messing with
colorful. Look, I'm the rainbow. I love the rainbow. I love people. I love everybody. I think it works.
you. It do, it works. I think it do. So don't nobody else call her Jelly Bean because that's what I call her. And that's only for me. Just like nobody can't call me Mimi. Like Mimi is dead, she gone, but she can't help herself. She's like my mama and a couple other people call me Mimi, but you know what? I let them do it. But for everybody else, y'all don't want to meet Mimi. She
Ooh.
gone. Stick with Amelia because she got more sense. I mess with you.
Y'all should have saw her throw the boys back in school. Y'all saw.
See, I gotta take you off of here. You don't start telling people.
It's a new thing. You a new creature. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm not messing with you. Listen, it didn't matter, boy or girl. What y'all want
She
to do?
did. She listen. Them had look. One of my girls when I used to work at the youth shelter. She said, "Listen, my hands is bisexual, baby. They fight both men and women. They don't even care." Girl, it was hilarious. But
And
that's what I said.
I'm here for her. What is she at? Look, and I second her motion. What you want to do? No, I don't see no sex. Hey, we
We
can
bad.
travel with this thing. We all men. Come on, let's go. Let's do this.
Wait, okay. So the first time I ever saw her take this, like, again, I'm the nice person for the most part, right? I wasn't perfect, of course, but I was nice. I probably was more into boy stuff, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she was the person in school, like she wasn't the bad kid. She was just the one that didn't let people mess with other people. She wasn't gonna let nobody mess with her. And so she would defend us, because we didn't want to fight. We didn't have to fight. She would do it. And I remember one time this boy did something. And the way she snatched him and threw this joker. And we thought she was gonna try. But see, now she doing that in the spirit. You feel me? Now she snatching them jokers up and tossing them to the side. So hey, the change is real. God ain't changed your job though.
he definitely did not. That's why the enemy be like, y'all keep up, stay on top of her. Don't let her get up. Stay on top of her.
Yes.
When she get up, baby. Listen.
And greater is he that's within you than he that's in the entire world. And that's so beautiful. Like we laughed about it, but just to know you then. I didn't think you was mean then, but you know what I mean? To know you then and to know you now. Now you don't feel like you have to fight physically all the time, but you are taking it to the spirit realm and you are growing in that place. I mean, I'm just really serious. I can't be more proud. I really just love you so much, and I'm grateful.
I love you too, Jelly Bean. No, we like. I'm not. I'm about to get off here. You got me on here acting up. No, y'all.
It's a
Laughing.
celebration. Love you.
Life is good for the soul, y'all. But until next time, y'all want to tune in next month. We got another Bless the Author for y'all on the second and the fourth. Listen, y'all. I know I done changed this thing up 1,000 times, but I promise y'all, the second and the fourth Friday of every month, we gonna come back to y'all with a banger on Bless the Author. Sooner than later, it's gonna be every Friday, sooner than later. But right now, the second and the fourth Friday. So until then, y'all, we will see y'all next month. I love y'all more than y'all know. Later.